The boys! Yo, you guys, you're busting with the boys. Listen, I got bad news. Your dad, Nashville's dad, not my dad, Nashville's dad. He's out. He's got a little deal going on. He's got a little cough going on. You know, we miss him, but hey, here's what we do on the bus, guys. My pups. We adapt, we improvise, we overcome. We heard the situation. We knew we were going to figure it out without him, and we brought you a different co-host and, you know, one of my favorite players, Kevin Byard, safety for the Titans.
Yes, sir.
We are coming at you live, not really live, but we're going to come at you with a banger podcast episode. We had a lot of fun today. We had to do without the boys. Sometimes you got to do stuff like that, my puppies.
Hey, sometimes, like you said, Charlie Mike. Wasn't
Charlie Mike, Charlie, baby.
You know,
Mike Charlie.
The mission continues.
Yes. And so my guy here, we're not, you know, he's not going to stroke himself. I'll give him a little bit of clout. One-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
One-time first team All-Pro that year too. One-time Pro Bowl snub.
Most definitely.
Were you an All-Pro last year or no? Were you snubbing
I wasn't.
that too?
I feel like I snubbed on that too. So
that's some bullshit. 2017 interceptions co-leader with what? 8 interceptions or 9?
8.
8 interceptions. Who'd you tie with?
Darius Slay.
Oh,
it was funny because
Big Play Slay. He's a good little player.
Yeah, he is a good player.
And also, 2-time first team All Conference USA. What is the All Conference conference? Like, what is that?
That's Conference USA.
What is that? I've never even heard of that. Is that college football or is that high school?
We play big time football. In
Look
Conference
at he's
USA.
like, man, don't disrespect me, bro.
We've actually had a player drafted from Conference USA almost every year since I've been in the league on the Titans. Yeah. So the Titans must like him. You know?
Oh, you said from Conference USA on the Titans every year?
Yes, it was me first. Then you had Taywan Taylor and Jonnu Smith the next year. And then we had a guy, offensive line guy, 3rd rounder.
Just plucking from Conference USA, but not your school, just you.
Yeah, I don't know.
What does MTSU stand for?
It stands for Middle Tennessee. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Middle Tennessee, yeah. Don't buy into that bait, guys.
You know what's funny, when I came out of high school and I had my sign today, I was telling people, yeah, I'm going to MTSU. And it was like, yeah, what is that? Like, what does that stand for? I was like, bro,
that's hilarious.
It's D1. That's what I'm saying. I'm just going D1, bro. I'm going D1.
Yeah, but we had an awesome conversation. We talk a lot of shit, man. We talk. What the hell did we even talk about? We talk about stuff that's happening right now that we laughed about. We talked about football. Obviously, we got to feed you puppies out there that love stroke. You know, that love a little action with the football talk. So we had to do that.
We didn't talk about
performance, your recovery, how you've taken your level. You know, how you're in the middle of finding that good to great level that's always talked about. We try to dive in that little middle ground. We also get weird as shit at the end of it.
We definitely get a little weird.
With some would you rather questions. And guys,
we couldn't help it though. We
couldn't help it. Like my boys here, we had to bring up some talks we used to have, and we had to get a little weird. We got a little weird on the pups, and it's gonna get a little weird. But for the love of God, like we're putting it gets weird. So just stick with us to the end.
We're just trying to keep you guys entertained. That's all.
But as always, follow the boys, man. Follow the bus. You got to follow on Instagram and Twitter, Bussin WTB. We have a Facebook page and YouTube channel, Bussin with the Boys. That's just straight Bussin with the Boys. Follow us, like us, share if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't like it, you don't have to, man. We don't want to say that we don't want to beg, but our shit's out there, man.
It's definitely out there. I mean, it's about to be the #1 podcast in the country.
There we go.
I mean, listen, this is. You know, you've never had a podcast that can get this much in-depth information on, like, the Tennessee Titans, period, or just football. You know what I'm saying? You get
and people in general. We want to know more even outside of football.
Not even just football. So many different people that y'all going to have in the future that you already have. It's like, I mean, you can't get this information nowhere else.
Yeah. Hey, guys, and this, you know, tryouts might be open. We might need a new co-host. We might not.
Taylor, listen, man, you can't have too many 6 days now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't have too many. You might have to, you're going to run them out.
I know. Who knows how many more he's going to pull on us. But, hey, listen to the episode. Again, follow us, download our stuff if you want. We're in it, boys. Come join the den. Come join the bus. Come join the bus, my puppies. Drop the hook tail. Let's get into this conversation. All right, KB. So you're fucking bussing with the boys. What was your first thought walking on this bus?
I was like, this is a dope bus.
That was your first thought? You weren't like nervous?
I mean, no, not at all. I mean, honestly, I wasn't expecting to see this luxury interior. You know, we got some AC on here. It's like I said, it's pretty dope. Like
Delaney called it a racist bus. That's why I was asking.
He called it a racist bus.
He's like, yeah, I'm the first, black dude on the racist bus. And we're obviously we're laughing.
No, I was thinking it's dope, and then you see all the stickers at the top. It's like got a lot of heritage on here. I haven't looked at all of them, but
he said a lot of heritage, a lot of character, a lot of
character.
You see,
we have a Cartoon Network,
Yeah, there's some good ones on here. We had to tape over a couple of them. It gets a little sketchy. So we kind of knew we were getting into, like, hey boys, we're gonna have to get a little tape job on this bus.
Right.
Before we take this thing viral.
This is dope though, man.
I actually took a picture one time of when we were just getting the bus set up.
Right.
And I posted it on Instagram, like on the story, like all the buses coming along. We didn't have the tape stuff up. I wasn't necessarily. I just put it up.
Right.
And D-Morg had DM'd me like, hey, there might be a couple stickers on there you want to cover up. And it was back there. It's where you see that one right over the Budweiser.
Right.
And he had zoomed in on it. He's like, hey man, you might have a couple stickers on there you might want to tape up. And I was like, oh shit, hey, good call, bro.
You're right.
We got to get that going.
Yeah, man.
You're the first one though. You're the first. Well, I mean, defensive player.
Right.
You're not the first one. Delaney was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But you're the first one on the defensive side, bro, that's on the bus.
Man, I feel honored, man. I feel honored.
Do the boys know? Did the boys know you were coming on?
A couple of the boys, so the fact that they know I'm coming on there, everybody's like, oh, I think I want to get on.
Yeah, now they want to get on the train.
Yeah, they want to get on the train. I'm going to get on the hype train. Like I said, man, this podcast. And I remember the first podcast you did because I listened to it, and you gave me a shout-out. Listen, when Will first signed with the Titans last year, he was like the funniest dude on the team ASAP. Like him and Taylor, first of all, they clicked. I thought that maybe they knew each other before they was on the team because they clicked immediately.
I didn't pay for this. Continue.
Look, they clicked immediately, and this guy just had the craziest character, and he popped off. Remember the little game we played last year with the knives?
Stabbing
people last year?
Yeah, stabbing people.
Man, that joint was cool.
Are you guys doing that again?
I don't know, man. I don't think we have any.
It doesn't sound like it because you guys got like 1 week left.
Yeah, we don't have no boys on the team like that, man. That, you know what I'm saying, that's coming up with the flavors like that. So I think, Taylor's missing his boy Will. It's funny. I was going to say Willie because it's funny because Vrabel used to do that to everybody. He put an E on everybody's name. Willie, Logie.
Yeah, hey, Willie, everybody. You know what I'm saying here, Willie? Like, fuck, man, just sunning me. They might as well pat me on the head, call me Willie.
Just trying to sun you.
Yeah, you were, it was you, Logan. I always remember you, Logan, and Derek Morgan. Right. Something set in with me like, yo, I just need to go after doing this podcast.
Nah, for sure.
Because you know how it is, dude. You're always like, whatever you do that's off the field,
right,
or whenever you do something that like could potentially be not like a reach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like me doing the podcast, me having my own podcast,
right.
Or you doing anything off the field that seems like you're doing something, you're dabbling in something else,
right? And
you bring it, or it's kind of around the locker room, around the guys, like. Me personally, I'm like a little like wondering what your boys might think of you having a podcast. Like I know what my friends and people back home would say, but you guys or anybody else, like Derek coming in and doing this vegan thing, or just anybody doing something that does something outside of ball, you're always like a little tighter walking around like, oh, okay, I wonder what my boys are gonna think when they see this stuff.
Now you always have good conversations. You always bring up some good topics, some good different things. So I was like, man, you should start a podcast, bro, because you know what I'm saying, you got it all. I mean,
you got to question stuff.
It's funny. I think the funniest thing that Will probably did, one of the most memorable things, other than making hella tackles on the field, stuff like that. Me and him running down on the punt team and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In training camp, this dude did a skit of Vrabel and came in with the Vrabel the jacket,
the
cutoff jacket, just like Vrabel, with the little dip down there with the cup. Bruh, this man killed it. He had the whole locker room dying laughing. That's probably the most memorable moment that I can remember.
Bro, that was I was nervous on that too because you asked a couple.
I don't see how
like,
because you killed it.
Well, Wes and a couple guys, they're like, I don't know if it's the best idea, like making fun of the head coach. But I felt like I was, if Vrabel, like he's tight with everybody, right?
Right, yeah.
So I'm sitting there like, man, everybody else was telling me like, do it. And the rookies last year fucking sucked,
that was trash.
And so we had to do something to kind of liven up the rookie show. And I was like, I got full gear on that Vrabel wears at practice.
Right.
I'm trying to walk in the meeting room, holding the iPad with a little pep in your step, and just start, going in on film.
Right.
I had a cut up put together, and I'm trying to talk to the team how, you know, Vrave talks to the team. It was
Right.
funny. It was good. Thank God I
Bro,
didn't
you
bomb
saved training camp, bro. You saved training camp for everybody. You brightened everybody's day. I think after that, man, everybody just feel rejuvenated, ready to go to practice, ready to finish training camp. Because, like I said, that was hilarious, dog.
Shit, I appreciate that, man.
That was hilarious.
I appreciate that, man. You need anything to drink?
Nah, man, you know, I got my little Defiant Fuel right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm
You
going to
stay
plug that in real
hydrated.
quick. Stay hydrated.
We're that we didn't. Our guy Matt Neely didn't get us waters on the way here and keep us hydrated. I'm about to drink a LaCroix. You ever drink LaCroix?
I haven't drunk it, but my lady, she drunks it all the time.
Drunks it. What do we? Hey, come on now.
Look, because I was about to say something. She used to drink it all the time until, listen, man, just about last year in October, man, it was.
But there's something about LaCroix?
They had a recall.
Really?
It was a recall, bro.
You got the article?
Man, I got it on my phone, bro. Like,
read that.
Listen, bro.
I'm gonna have to. Dude, somebody was chirping me on.
But before you take a sip, listen. Before you take a sip,
I will. Somebody, you looked that up. I was on Twitter, and I guess there was a picture posted, and there was a LaCroix sitting behind me because I always drink iced lattes. Obviously water, but there's a LaCroix sitting because when you run out of water, I grabbed something because it's like flavored water. What I assume you're about to tell me something else, but
yeah,
the guy's like, oh, so LaCroix's the move on the bus? I guess kind of trying to take a little shot at me. So I had to tell him, alpha move. I'm
even before I mentioned this, what got you into sparkling water? Like
sparkling water?
Yes. Like,
I don't know.
I think it's disgusting, in my opinion.
Honestly, it is. I don't disagree with you. I don't want to drink the sugary stuff or the things like that. Put that kind of stuff in your body. Like, and we're always drinking water.
Right.
So I just like to I like to switch it up and taste something else every now and then, even if it's like dog shit sparkling water. PP put me on the LaCroix. He was talking about them, so I was like, I'll give them a try. I tasted it. Obviously, it's shitty, but it's different than water, so I don't know what it is, man. I kind of just force myself to do it.
It's like when I drink sparkling water, I'm expecting just a bunch of sugar, like soda, and it's just flat, and it just disappoints me. It pisses me off, and I just...
Because they got these magical flavors on it. Like pamplemousse, naturally essenced. I don't know, but it sounds exciting. Like, it's got yellow and pink, like pamplemousse.
It's pamplemousse.
Get me that shit. Hey, forget the water. Give me the pamplemousse.
It's just like a mystery flavor, bro. Yeah. Like pamplemousse. Like, honestly, I think you might see them like, oh, shit, I want to taste it. I want to see what's the flavor.
So what's the deal with LaCroix while I take this drink?
LaCroix is facing a lawsuit, dog.
A lawsuit?
A lawsuit. And I'm going to tell you why. It's probably one of the most disgusting things that you can think of. They're facing a lawsuit for supposedly using cockroach insecticide.
Hey, wait. What's a cockroach?
I say cockroach.
That's just down south, huh?
Yeah, that's the down south. I
say
cockroach, but it's cockroach.
Yeah, there you go.
We got my dog over here with the proper grammar.
Got the fucking grammar police.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But nah, man, they putting insecticide ingredients in the sparkling water, bro. They facing
cockroaches and like what is it? Insects?
Insecticide?
Is that real? Yeah. And they put that shit in the LaCroix?
Supposedly. Allegedly.
Yeah,
that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Using my law terms, allegedly.
Hey, well, thank you, PP, for putting me on LaCroix.
He had no clue.
Dude, PP's a commie. He's a communist.
My favorite tweet about LaCroix was it said LaCroix tastes like somebody just ate a fruit salad and burped in my water.
That's a good little explanation.
It's a good description.
That's a good description. See, I'm usually an iced latte guy, water. Now you put me on the spot. You called my shit for the LaCroix, and I'm gonna have to do away with it. But
you gotta get off the LaCroix, man. Get on some Defiance Fuel water, or
So we were talking about that, the Defiance Fuel stuff.
Yeah.
I like I do Essentia.
Yeah, Essentia's good.
Defiance Fuel, and we were talking about the use of plastic.
The use of plastic.
Yeah, trying to minimize our use of plastic as a team to be a little more environmental friendly.
Okay.
Because all the plastic that gets dumped in the recycling, like, I don't know, I don't read into all that stuff. I try to do, like, when I hear something, I try to be a little more thoughtful about it. But, a lot of the plastic and stuff doesn't, like, it gets dumped in these oceans off coasts of, other countries.
So there's no recycling?
So recycling, I forget where I heard this from.
Right.
I think it was around my football camp. One of my boys who came to my football camp. I was like, hey, guys, make sure to recycle. So my girl, she recycles. A lot of people recycle. Like the whole Go Green thing, right?
Yeah.
And apparently most recycling now gets shipped off the coast of what? Coast of like India or Asia or...
I think it gets shipped to
a third world
China.
country, right? Third world countries. They get shipped to third world countries, and they basically throw it in the ocean.
Wow.
in big nets. Apparently, there's a net out there in the ocean that's
Right.
like the size of Texas, filled with plastic and recycling. What do you got, PP?
And when there's other countries that are actually using it and recycling it, but the United States, the recycling has gotten so bad that these countries are starting to send it back to us.
When you
That's
say
unbelievable.
recycling's gotten so bad, I like to think that we have made such a movement to try to recycle, but we just don't know what to do with it.
Well, people aren't like, you're supposed to wash things, and essentially when you do it, it's supposed to be clean
Really?
when you put it in there. Yeah, and people aren't doing that. So the countries that actually do recycle it are like, nah, this shit's
ain't
nasty.
it. This ain't
Damn.
it, boss.
I just started recycling like this year, probably about a month or two
Hey,
ago.
me too, to be honest. Hold on, no.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, I just started
recycling.
recycling like a month or two ago, and I was feeling good about it. Like,
Right, you feel
I
better.
took my recycling bin out to the front. They picked it up. I'm like, man, I'm doing something good. Now you telling me this is like,
I know. Last year I
Damn.
did the same thing. My girl moved in with me last year, and
Right.
I'm just an animal. I'm a dude, like just living just that bachelor life
Hey,
where
you know
you're
how
playing
it
video
is.
games, you're throwing
you never
shit
make,
away
you never
like
make
you
your
want.
bed.
Right, never make my bed. Never did
Never
that
make
until
your
she
bed.
came along. And she's making me recycle, like using paper bags to recycling, and I'm like, babe, what the? Like,
What are we doing?
Like, let me just throw this shit away.
Right.
And she got me into recycling last year, and then I'm telling my boys to do it at my football camp, and he hits me with that knowledge.
That's
And now
crazy.
I'm like, yo, is it even worth recycling? Yes,
Right,
the
that's what I'm
answer
saying.
probably is still continue to recycle. Look, there's that
that's-
garbage island. That's an island of garbage. That's not garbage on an island.
But it's unbelievable, bro. You probably can walk on that.
I heard that there were, in 10 years or 20 years, I don't remember the figure, but there will be more plastic than fish in the ocean.
No, it won't.
Well, I think that's,
What?
I don't even know if the right word subjective. Well,
It
hell.
might be a stretch, huh?
Yeah. I don't know if that's true because we've only discovered 3% of the water in the ocean. I mean, we don't know. We
who knows
just
the
we
sense?
just throw numbers out there to kind of try and make these movements sometimes. Like, hey, there's going to be
a
more
good thought.
plastic in the water than fish, boys.
Twice the size of Texas.
Yeah, twice. I mean,
I have
see,
been
look
seeing
now,
like,
twice the size of Texas.
that's crazy. I have been seeing like they be getting a lot of like whales and dolphins or whatever from out the ocean, and they're finding like nothing but plastic or just regular fish. There's nothing but plastic in their stomachs. That's crazy.
Bro, you're a solid
might-
co-host.
Hey man, y'all might have to full time. Hey Taylor, you better get back on, baby. Cause listen, man, this thing is up for grabs right now.
This
He
thing
just
is
called
up
me
for
a
grabs.
good co-host.
Yeah, we
So,
might have to.
We
might
get
have to-
along good, y'all. I be seeing y'all. You be arguing a lot of times, you going back and forth. Listen now, better get right now.
We might have to open up tryouts again.
Hey, hey, we don't know what he's doing right now.
Yeah,
but, hey,
the boy's
get
sick.
right.
Apparently, he's got the black lung. He's got a cough going on. I
He
always
got
called
the
the
black lung.
I always called the black lung because that movie Zoolander, where he fakes the little cough like, oh, I think I got the black lung, Paul. But no, man, this is good. You're sitting in the boy's chair.
yeah, man.
First defensive player. You know what's funny is I actually DM'd. I've reached out to several of the guys because obviously I want everybody to come on here. 'cause
Right,
I think
right,
it's
right.
awesome, and
Exactly.
everybody's got a story to tell, and I want to hear about all that type of shit, and have fun, raise a little hell, like do
For
stuff
sure.
to where it's like you get sick of probably a camera in front of you all the time, and
You do.
being
It does.
you got to structure sentences in certain ways because if not, they're going to take it and make little
Yeah,
headlines.
you gotta keep everything political. You know?
Yeah. But I want everybody to get on here, and I
For sure.
actually Logan's gonna come on. I hit
Yeah.
up Jay on. I want to text Wes. Like I want to get all the boys.
Yeah,
on.
make sure you get them boys on here before this mini camp because these guys be on that first flight
Right,
smoking out
right.
of there.
Yeah, I know, and that's what we were talking about. That these next
Right.
couple of weeks, like we gotta whoever's in town, we have to hit them. We have to hit them and see their schedules and stuff like that. But I
Nice.
actually DM'd Kenny over the weekend.
Yeah, Kenny
Vaccaro.
needs to get on. He needs to get on.
He tweeted and said, "Yo, let me jump on this bus." So
Right.
we're obviously like, yeah, of course, let's get the boy on. I DM'd him on Insta. Fast forward, I DM him on Instagram,
Right,
and I'm like, "Hey, man, let's get you on the bus. When can you come on?"
right.
And my man left me on scene.
Left you on scene.
He left me on scene, bro.
Disrespectful.
It's like now I'm feeling like
Come
a
on,
little.
Kenny.
Now I'm feeling like a thought. Now I'm feeling like a chick trying to hit him up in the DMs, and he just left me on scene.
She left you on scene. That's almost, like I said. It's almost like you texting somebody. You text somebody, and then you waiting for a reply, and you see the bubbles pop up,
Yeah,
and then it just goes away.
bro, that
And it's
hurts
just
too. Sometimes I'll think
Leave you on red.
Right.
You read
on
at 6 whatever time.
on those receipts. Like
That's
I'll sit there,
terrible.
I think I say a funny joke or something like that, and people are like, the bubbles will come up and go away. Bubbles will come up again, go away.
Right.
Bubbles will come up, go away. And I'm sitting there looking like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get a good little response.
Exactly.
And no response comes. And then now I have to text back and say, hey, did that joke not hit? Because obviously you saw it.
Exactly. Or you see the bubbles be up there for a long time and it just hit you with the okay.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
I thght she was about to text me a whole paragraph.
Right.
You know what I'm
Damn,
saying?
like I guess I'm not worth all that. But yeah, he
Right.
left me on scene. So now I feel like he needs to come to us now because I can't be annoying
yeah,
to him. I
it's
can't
like you
annoy
already
him.
played your hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now I got to play it cool. And then, next time just be like, yo, man, he talked about you leaving him on scene on the podcast, bro. You're going to have to hit him up and get on the pod. Make him feel better. He's living a different life right now.
You're going to have to make him feel bad for that
Yeah.
one, bro. He can't leave. He can't leave my dog Will on scene.
Yeah, I appreciate
do
that,
that.
man. Dude, one story I want to talk about. It happened in the off season. I think it's hilarious because
Okay.
I completely I saw what was going to come, and that's you doing the jersey signings.
Okay.
Tell the story because obviously I'll pop on, I'll see stuff on the jersey signings,
Right.
but I'm not following. I'm not seeing every step of the way.
Exactly.
It seemed like somebody reached out to you. They wanted you to sign a jersey. You retweet it and say, "Hey, send it to the Titans facility. I'll sign it for free." Or
Right.
how do I buy it? Explain that.
So listen, it's funny. So I can explain the story, and this is real truth. I had just got finished getting a haircut, right? So I'm feeling good. I was listening to some music. It might have been some Nipsey Hussle. I don't know what it was. I was just feeling in a good mood.
Yeah.
And a guy had tweeted me, and he had said something about, he was at a Titans game this year, and he said I had got ghost on him or something like that. As far as like he was trying to get a jersey signed. You know how guys be on the side with their jerseys out.
Yeah.
Said I was just running through like I didn't pay him no mind.
Or sometimes you're trying to prepare and you're like, "Hey,
And
I'll
that's
get
what
you
I'm
later."
thinking. I'm just probably running in right before pregame, getting ready
Yeah.
for a game. But then he said he had to settle for Dean Pease.
Don't hit my man Peas like
So I'm
that.
like, I thought that was kind of funny, but I'm like, okay, damn. Then it's, off season. It's a little dry right now. Nobody's really doing anything. So I'm like, you know what? If it means that much to you, send the jersey to the facility. Send it to the facility, and I'll sign it for you.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking. But when you retweet him, you're like, send it in. You're like, this is a good move. Like,
Yeah, I'm thinking
PR-wise,
personally, I'm going to sign his jersey.
Yeah.
And then, like, no less than – and this is why I'm still driving. I'm on the way to the house. I was probably only 15 minutes away from the barbershop. I'm still home. I'm still in the car. And, like, 1 minute later, another guy tweets me, like, oh, shoot, KB signing jerseys. Like, hey, you think you can sign my jersey? So, at the same time, I'm still feeling good. Hey, man, send your jersey to the facility, man. Send it. So, I think by the time I get home, I probably sent it to, like, 5 people. And
You sent the tweet to say send your jersey in to about 5 people at this point.
5 people at this point.
You're
And
feeling
I'm feeling good. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm doing
give some
something
stuff
good.
away, yeah.
Like you said, maybe a nice little PR, but it was really, I was just having a good feeling. So I get to the building on Monday, and I had at first it was light. It was like 6-7 jerseys. So I'm like, okay, it's not that bad. Maybe everybody in the world might not see it. Then it's
you fucked yourself. You posted a picture of you doing it. Didn't you?
That's really what killed me.
Yeah.
I posted a picture of I signed like 3 jerseys. Like, yeah, man, keep them coming. Dog, it got up to like over 100 jerseys, bro, in like 2 weeks. To the point where I was like, I had to tweet it, like, listen, I can't sign no more jerseys now. Like, we were just getting ready to report for the coaching sessions or whatever. I said, man, I can't sign no more jerseys. It's got to be the last day to send a jersey in. So, bro, I signed like, and then Jeb, Jeb helped me out with everything.
Yeah, Jeb is awesome.
He pretty much was helping me sign all the jerseys and get all these different. I had to go from UPS to FedEx to all these different spots, and I spent a little money too, actually sending some jerseys back.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get the Titans to help me out on the posters, but they wasn't working with me at all. So
they weren't helping you send those jerseys.
They helped me send it, but they didn't pay for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They paid for a couple. I ain't gonna lie. They paid for like the first few, but then after it got crazy, they was like, "No, you gonna have to."
So what went through your mind to like say, "Hey, I can't continue doing this"? Was it a conversation with somebody, or you sitting back, or like somebody saying, "Hey, you yourself should probably just stop doing this because you're pretty much diluting."
Yeah, and first my wife said something about it. She was like, it might get a little stressful. They might just keep sending them. And then my agent called me. My agent was like, "Hey, man, you're diluting your market now."
Right.
He said you're diluting your market. You're going to have appearances. So you can't just be signing everybody's jerseys for free. I was like, man, I thought I was doing something good. He said, you could do something good, but at the same time, like, you got to think about it. You got to put a stop to this. So I was like, man, I got to stop it. It was good for the time being, but it's actually a couple jerseys that's still in the facility that people sent with no return address, no nothing. So I'm just waiting for those guys to DM me or something like that to be like, hey, man, I still ain't got my jersey.
People are going to hear this podcast and probably just DM you randomly saying, hey, man,
Yeah.
how about that jersey that's coming in?
Yeah, and then also, like, just to reiterate, that bus is gone. Please do not send no more jersey facility because I've got a couple stragglers.
Yeah.
And I still begin people tweet me like, hey, man, I know it. And that's the funny thing. They will say like, hey, man, I know you were signing jerseys a few weeks back or a few months back, but hey, can you sign my jersey? Like, bruh, it's over with, man. Like,
yeah,
I love my
man.
fans, but at the
Hey,
same time, it's like,
Matt, weren't you saying some people got pissed off? Weren't there people pissed off when you say you shut it down and like, hey, I sent my jersey?
yeah,
Hey, man, I sent my jersey and you better sign that thing now. I don't know why he's got to be some white redneck dude, but that's just sometimes when I read these things, that's like what I
that's kind of the
envision.
voice you put.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
I mean, it was a couple people that was upset, man. They just thought that I don't know. They just thought I was gonna do it forever. Like I said, I was trying to do something nice, but man, listen, I learned my lesson though. I tell you that.
Yeah.
I probably won't do that again.
Yeah, Matt,
Honestly.
didn't you say there was a tweet?
Yeah, there was a couple tweets like right after that. They were like, "Come on, man, why can't you sign my jersey?" And you were having to explain yourself. And then the funniest thing was,
Hey, Kevin Byard.
"Hey, Kevin, I told you."
Kevin now.
Yeah, I
Well,
wanted
sent that
sign.
jersey in my boy.
Yeah.
My
there
boys
was,
want it.
Right after it was over, Jarrell Casey made the same exact mistake. I don't know what he was thinking, but he was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'll do it too." And then he's like 2 days later, he's like, "All right, never mind, I'm not doing this."
And that was
anymore."
the funny thing. Like even some people, they thought they was slick, so they sent their jersey. They sent like two other. They sent the Derrick Henry jersey. It's in the Corey Davis jersey.
Oh, they sent multiple jerseys
Sent
with
multiple-
yours,
Bro, sent multiple jerseys. Bro.
expecting you to get them
With
signed.
no return, nothing. They might have sent the address, but no return. So I can see if you sent a return package, and you like a prepaid package, dog return.
Right.
I thought that was pretty cool. But you had so many people had just like it just didn't care, bro. It was gonna make me pay for everything. It's like it's all. Hey,
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
a-
even think Derrick Henry signed that jersey either. That's the funny thing.
There's a
about
way
it.
to go about it for sure. Like if you send something into a player
Right.
for the future, for the fans out there in the future, if you want something signed by a player, I would recommend writing a thoughtful letter with it, explaining it, because when I'll open up the fan mail and stuff, and you read like why they want it, or like when somebody from Nebraska wants something,
Right.
like they're reaching out to you and they're not even necessarily associated with the Titans, like somebody from the Redskins still trying to like hunt down
Wow.
a signature, or
Yeah.
the Huskers, or like just
Nah, exactly.
when kids write something, you can tell like they're in a younger elementary grade with their with their
Exactly.
cute little handwriting,
Right.
and you like want to send something back. They send like an address to send it back, and they send you a package to send it back, so with the stamps on it, so you don't have to go out of your way.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, obviously we would love to go out of our way to, go to the nearest mailbox, FedEx, and write the stuff and stamp it ourselves, but it makes it, you don't even think about it sometimes. You're just like,
Exactly.
oh, I'll do this for sure. It's set up for
It's
me.
nothing. It's nothing.
And you'll sign it and, give it to Jeb, and they take care of it.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. When you got the return package, you give it right to Jay. Hey, man, send this off, and it's just easy. But like I said, I'd had to go in FedEx. I had to go to the post office a couple times. It was like, it got too much, man. It definitely
That's
got too much.
hilarious.
It was cool though. I love my fans though. I ain't gonna lie. They got some cool fans.
Dude, Nashville, they have a fun fan base.
Nah, they do.
You're
Go
you're
ahead.
really good with your fans on Twitter too. It's
Right.
like really noticeable how engaging you are.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. It made me think of something.
Okay.
What is your thoughts? Not your thoughts. Like, what is your process behind the way you handle your Twitter? Because you're very engaging with your fans.
Mhm.
You're also very engaging with posting football stuff.
Right.
Like, how do you like to use your social media? Like, what goes on? Who helps you? Does anybody help you? Like, do you, I like following your workout stuff.
Right,
We'll get in
right.
a conversation about your workout coach in a little
sure.
bit. But, what's your kind of process about going about social media?
I don't have anybody working my social media. I actually thought about doing that before, like having somebody post my stuff. Because a lot of times I even think about it, like with my Twitter or my Instagram and stuff like that. Sometimes I feel like, you should post daily. You should always keep content on there. Sometimes I get lazy sometimes where I don't post nothing for a couple of days
For
and stuff like
days,
that.
yeah.
But I don't know. Especially with my Twitter stuff, one thing that I used to do all the time, I used to tweet all the time. And I kind of chilled on a little bit because I remember, it's funny, when I was being in college, I used to tweet reckless stuff. You just sitting in class, you might tweet a rap lyric or something like that. You know what's so funny? When I played the Patriots, this was my second year in the league, the year I went to the Pro Bowl. And everybody knows the Tom Brady quotes I made. If you don't know, I made a comment during the week, and it was funny. I wasn't even thinking about it. And as soon as I said it, I knew it was like, oh, man, it's about to go viral. So the guys that asked me was like, how do you feel about, going against Tom Brady and going up against, New England Patriots? It's a big game. I was like, it's just another. I was trying to downplay it. You know, it's another game. I'm gonna treat every game the same way. I'm gonna treat every quarterback as if like I'm trying to make a play. I'm trying to pick Tom Brady. I'm gonna treat Tom Brady like Blake Bortles. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, and as soon as I said it, you could see just everybody in the media behind the camera just like, oh, eyes light up. I was like,
oh, we got a headline, boys.
I just compared Tom Brady to Blake Bortles. I mean, they had me on Fox Sports. They said they had me on First Take. I mean, a couple guys defended me, but it was like they was roasting me. So I had the entire Patriots Mafia on my Twitter and Instagram for like a week straight before the game, killing me. And I have never been trolled on Twitter and Instagram, but that was my first time having experience being trolled. I'm saying I'm getting the most disrespectful stuff you've ever seen. He's a faggot. You're a pussy.
Whoa.
Bro, listen, bro. The most disrespectful things you could think of, like F his mom and all type of crazy stuff. And so after we lost, so we got dominated, we ended up losing the game. I get on the bus to you get on the bus at the end of the game.
Did you guys win or lose?
No, we lost. We lost by was it 38-14?
Oh, this is the playoff game.
It's the playoff game.
Okay,
we lost in the playoffs. And I get on my Twitter, and I'm just scrolling, and look, I'm seeing guys are pulling up. I don't know how they got to it, but they was pulling up tweets and retweeting some stuff I had tweeted back in like 2012, like freshman year in college. Like I'm tweeting the dumbest stuff ever, like fuck bitches get money, like
yes,
shit, like
bro,
stupid stuff, like. And I'm sitting here like, oh, let me delete that. Like, bro, I was tweeting some dumb stuff back then. So
we were talking about that last podcast, one of our recent podcasts, because who knows where all of our podcast lineup is.
Right.
But people getting condemned, like the draft that happened, and guys are getting condemned for what they were doing in high school. Like,
Yeah,
our draft
young.
pick. Who was our first draft pick?
Was it Simmons?
Yeah, Simmons. Like
Simmons.
something he did in high school.
Right.
And guys just get destroyed for stuff that happens like way back in the day.
You're right.
And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, thank God social media wasn't that huge back.
Exactly.
There really wasn't social media. When I was in high school, it was MySpace. In the beginning of Facebook seemed like more the adult college thing.
Yeah.
MySpace was more like the high school thing.
See, I had Facebook when that's like Facebook, and I think my senior, that's when Twitter really started
Right.
taking off a little bit.
Right.
Senior year.
Yeah, and thank God, like, I didn't
you're
have
right.
that stuff because, dude, our thoughts are so crazy when we're in high school.
It's crazy.
Like you're walking in school and you're ready to start explaining yourself for why you moved somebody in your top 8 on MySpace. You know, and I got
MySpace used to be jumping.
Yeah. Hey,
be
mine
jumping.
too. I had I had Lil Boozy as my song, my
For
background
real?
song on MySpace.
That sounds like you. I'm not even gonna lie. That sounds like Will.
Dude, guys all my white friends always heckled me for that kind of stuff, but I didn't give a shit. Look at where we are now.
Exactly.
Look at where we are now, Wolves.
Look where we at now.
Yeah. But no, we were talking about all the social media stuff. I actually have a funny story about lyrics, like when you're tweeting lyrics.
Right.
So when we were in Nebraska, when Twitter was starting to come up, make its rise, our head coach Bo Pelini, he didn't want us to use Twitter at all.
Right.
And I was going to be a senior, so I was one of the captains, one of the leaders. I was like, he always had me in his office talking about just anything that went on. He wanted to talk about why we shouldn't have Twitter. Me and a few others, we were the voice of why we should, like,
Right.
why it's okay and it'll work, and like, yeah, I get it, but you don't want to strip guys. You want to allow guys to be themselves at the same time. Within a week, bro, we had Bo calls me. It's like early in the morning too. Like, I'm waking up. He calls me. He's like, "Comp." He's like, "What the f am I supposed to do with this one?" And he reads. He's like, "Come to my office." And I'm like, "Oh God." I'm like, Jesus. I go into his office. I sit down. He's like, "Let me read you something." He reads me. He's like, "This is on Twitter." He says, "Lamborghini Mercy. Your chick, she's so thirsty. I'm in that 2-seat Lambo, and your girl, she trying to jerk me."
Right.
He reads it in like that voice, his little, his like adult voice of not knowing the rap
Not
lyrics.
knowing exactly what he's talking
And
about.
I just put my head down, and he's like, "What the fuck do you want me to do with this?"
Right.
And I'm like, it's a rap, it's a rap lyric, it's this and that. He's like, "I don't give a fuck what it is."
Right.
He's like, "This is the shit we can't have out there because the media, this, that, the other." But dude, it's crazy how you can get condemned for that stuff, and it's funny.
It is
Our teammate's name was Toby Okiemi. And his username was Big Tobes 48 after practice. Who is Big Tobes 48? He knew who it was.
I knew that was.
And he like
hilarious.
reads it. He reads it out loud, and we're all sitting in the back like, "Oh shit!" Like we're kind of laughing.
Right.
He's like, "Man, I'll ship your ass." back to wherever Toby came from, but he was like known for saying that kind of shit. But
And it's crazy though, because I feel like that's really how Twitter used to be. Like when it first started, like guys just just tweeting rap lyrics. I used to be like that on Facebook too, just reading, just like posting on my status, just be rap lyrics and stuff like that. And but even now, like you said, I try to keep everything. I wouldn't say political, but I always think about it now. So you done seen so many bad cases of people tweeting stuff that they not know damn well they're not supposed to be tweeting. So I kind of actually think about what I tweet before I tweet. So I kind of just keep everything organic. Keep it about football, if it's football, family life, engage with my fans and stuff like that. I kind of just use it almost as like a business tool for real.
Yeah, for sure, because you got to think. I mean, you do have to think about it. Like me, over the years that I've had Twitter, I've tried to build like this humor mix with serious and this and that, to where when I post something, that kind of pushes the envelope of if something should be said on Twitter or not. Fortunately, you kind of build up people to help you out if somebody new comes and talks about something bad you tweeted, and people like they'll know I'm coming from a humorous place of humor or jokes. But
I ain't gonna lie, you're like the GOAT of like Instagram captions, bro. I be reading your captions,
bro. We got compliments for days, boys. You hearing this?
Listen, follow Will Compton on Instagram and just, if you don't do anything, just scroll down and read his captions, bro. His captions is hilarious, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I be dying.
I have fun with them. Do you think you're slept on as a safety? And this isn't a football question. This honestly comes from me observing your social media at times.
Right.
And you not necessarily defending yourself, sometimes yes.
Right.
But you will post to kind of remind people, let them know like, yo, I am in these conversations.
Right.
And this is from me. This is from me observing. This isn't no football analyst interview question. But do you feel like sometimes when you are going about your business on social media, like I got to remind these dudes sometimes that because we're in a market that it's the Tennessee Titans.
Exactly.
Do you feel that way?
No, honestly, it's at a point right now where it's almost like I really stopped caring, especially this far into my career, because it's like I understand the media. We're in a small market, things like that. But to be real, I do feel like I'm slept on by national media.
Yeah.
You kind of see. These media outlets be talking about all these different guys. And most of these guys are good players. Don't get me wrong. Like, you got a lot of good safeties, a lot of good players in the league. But it's like sometimes you do be like, man, I made a lot of plays in this league. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've led the NFL in interceptions since I've been in the league. So
that all-pro year, how many did you have? 9?
I had 8.
8?
I had
Led
8.
the league, right?
Led the league. I tied with Darius Slay, but it was one of those where I had 3 in one game. I had 5 picks in 2 games. So it was like, that's what I'm saying. So but at the same time, it's kind of like where I'm at a point where I'm getting so older. It's like, man, I can care less. I mean, I understand that, like you said, being in Tennessee, we're not gonna get talked about like that. Usually, the only time they're really talking about the Titans is if they're bringing up Marcus. They're talking about Marcus and the quarterback and all this offense of Derrick Henry, and it's like I just roll with the punches. It is what it is, and I just kind of look at it like, I'm gonna get my respect eventually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's not gonna happen if I just keep trying to looking thirsty for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be looking thirsty like, oh man, look at me. Like I can care less at this point. National media outlets, people pick their favorites anyway. You know what I'm saying? They see a guy they probably follow all the way from college, coming from a big school, and they want them they want to see those guys be successful and do good. So I mean, I let them just pick their favorites, and I just do my thing.
That's
at this
good.
point.
Yeah, I always get curious. Just because I follow everybody I follow,
Right.
And sometimes from an athlete's perspective, I'll sit and kind of think about their tweets on what angle they might come from, because I know places I've been before on why I tweet and do things, and if I act out sometimes, and when I rethink about stuff, if I'm like wanting to show myself in a way, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I just get curious. I always get curious about that stuff. You were talking about did you want to say something else?
No, I was gonna say, I will say that the Nashville media, like Tennessee, they think I'm the best safety in the league. So,
well, it's good. I mean, sometimes you just need your PR to do the work for you.
Exactly.
The guys in the media market do that stuff for
you.
And
that's what I feel good. I feel good that the local media, the people in this area, they support me 100%. They think I'm the best. So if they think I'm the best, and what my coaches think, they think I'm one of the greatest or the best or whatever, I'm cool with that. I accept that, and I just take the Nashville Media for what it is.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, you'll continue stacking years and years, and then that'll build your, resume of everything. Because sometimes it is harder when you're a younger player and not being in a national market. So
exactly, and it is what it is.
And you're a fucking wolf, bro.
Yeah, man.
You're a fucking wolf.
One of the boys.
You are. You're one of the boys. You're
so
a fucking
that's
wolf.
more important than anything.
Being one of the boys.
One of the boys is more important, man. Trying to be the best safety in the league, man. Because that's gonna happen. But being one of the boys is like a privilege, man. It's like one of those. It's not a lot. It's not a lot of them out there.
Yeah,
it's not a lot out there
for sure. And there's that feeling of driving home or like coming in a locker room and just that camaraderie with the fellas that like you're part of. I say the pack, like you're part of the pack, like you're part of the boys, man.
I mean, anybody can tell you when you're done playing, that's probably gonna be the most. That's gonna be the thing you remember most. The camaraderie with the boys,
absolutely.
Those locker room conversations, sitting in breakfast, stuff like that. That's the most important thing. You're not gonna be thinking about. I mean, depending on what kind of player, you're gonna be thinking about your stats and stuff like that. But you're gonna be thinking about, damn, let me call my boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See how he's doing. Because I mean, and you're gonna be sitting there. You can be sitting there and spending hours talking about different stuff. You may talk about one play here, one play there, but you can talk. Hey, remember we was joking about this. Maybe we had that sauna talk or something like that.
Yeah. Hey, going off that sauna talk. Sorry, PP was asked. PP was complimenting us, saying like we did well together. And I told him to hold off on that comment so we could talk about the sauna. You brought up the sauna. The camaraderie part comes from being in the damn sauna all the time.
People don't know that.
People do not know these conversations that happen in the cold tubs.
Some of the realest conversations happen in the sauna. Because the reason why it's so damn hot that you have to keep talking to the guy next to you to like really just be like, man, it's so hot, but like, man, let's keep talking about this. And by the time, you've been there 15, 20 minutes, like, oh man, you might plan on being there 15 minutes. They in there for 20 because y'all had a deep conversation. Like,
and then by the time you walk out, you're hallucinating because you've been in there way too long.
About to fall out.
Yeah, but bro, the sauna gets deep, man.
Nah, it does.
That's where the conversations happen.
It's crazy. I would think like, if it's blessing, y'all got this bus, and if it wasn't the bus, Sauna Talk podcast. Like, you think that would be possible?
If
have
you
a
could
podcast
be in a sauna,
in the sauna?
just the boys in the sauna with towels on.
It may be too long. You doing a podcast for too long. You're in the sauna. You both might pass out before the end of the podcast.
You're passed out.
But that's just a dope idea. Just maybe
sauna
infrared
talk,
sauna or something.
Sauna talk. Are you well versed in saunas? Like, do you understand the benefits of the sauna? Like, do you get what you do?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, I feel like it helps me with my recovery. Honestly, I feel like it helps my skin glow.
Oh, there you go.
Helps my skin glow.
Black don't crack, baby.
I had to smoothen that when I said that too. But it's a lot of. Honestly, it helped me sleep better too.
Have you read on the sauna stuff?
I've scrolled on Google and leave all type of different sources.
Because a lot of those guys, I'll be doing the sauna, the cold tub. I'll be doing all that stuff. But like me, I like to read and research things.
Right.
I wasn't a sauna guy until like the past couple of years. I would prefer an infrared sauna over a dry sauna.
See, that's what I need to get on. I need to get in the infrared. I haven't been in infrared sauna yet.
Yeah, you get benefits from a cellular level. Whereas in a dry sauna, you crank it up to 180, 190. Guys are always throwing water and ice on it to get as hot as shit in there. But you go from outside in on a dry sauna. From an infrared sauna, it sits around 140, and you go inside out, so you get the benefits of a cellular level, like recovery, the heat proteins that get released during a sauna session. You're probably in there. You're in there longer on an infrared sauna, but you get way more benefit being in an infrared sauna. You should look into it.
Nah, most definitely.
Taylor actually just bought a big ass one. I have one, but I left it in DC just because I didn't want to feel like moving that big thing around. But
it'd be way too much. Yeah,
bro, an infrared sauna. I'm surprised like the facilities, like all teams in the league, don't.
Exactly.
Eventually, everybody's going to have an infrared sauna.
So are you? What about steam room versus sauna? Which one?
There's benefits to both, but at short answer, I think sauna. I think a dry sauna over steam because like a steam I might enjoy more because you feel like you're sweating more, but that's because it's wet in there. Yeah, it's a bunch of steam in there. But a dry sauna, like the benefits you get out of a sauna is recovery. Obviously, we've talked about it.
Right.
That recovery benefit with your muscles and being after a hard work day, yada yada, all that fun stuff.
Exactly.
But you also get benefits from a growth hormone release level. Like if you're in there for a certain period of time, your growth at a certain like degree. So like say 170, I think is the degree. If you're in there for say 15 minutes, I want to say your growth hormone and testosterone being released is times 16-fold If you're in
Dang.
there for 30 minutes, it's timed like, X amount more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And you get those benefits combined with the recovery factor that guys feel. They feel looser, the elasticity in their muscles and everything like that.
That's dope.
Yes, they do feel that way, but you also get that growth hormone release. You get more of a conditioning. You get more of a endurance factor if the way we get in right after practice
Exactly.
and running around, like right after a workout, if you can get into a sauna with your heart rate up around 120, 130 and above, right after working out, you get benefits of like more conditioned, like more endurance. You get strength benefits because of the chemical release that's happening right after a workout.
Exactly.
I'm not saying like after you get drunk one night and how people will go get in the sauna or like say they come in on an off day and get in the sauna. You don't get that stuff then. It's right after a workout where your heart rate's elevated. And I can try and explain it more. I could bring my phone out and try to do more, but that's surface level.
So do you think saunas help you lose weight though?
I mean, it can help you lose water weight.
Yeah.
Not like,
I think that's like a myth. I think
there's not like I don't believe you just lose weight. Like my brother, like in the wrestling culture, guys will get in sweatsuits, like plastic wrapped. They're like wrapped in plastic, basically sauna suits, and they'll get in the sauna so that way they can lose all the water. Dehydrate and lose all the water weight they can. Like that's not beneficial.
Not at all.
That's not gonna help you out. Like the big boys
that's
who
just
get
like
in there
right now.
Yeah, the big boys who get in there, like, I gotta lose weight.
They sauna every day.
Yeah,
like,
in the sauna every way. Like they're
like
gonna lose pounds. Like they're losing water weight and they're just putting it back on. Like as they go out and eat. And
like I done literally got in the sauna one time with like a bottle of water and drunk the whole water while I was in there. Got the sauna and was literally the same exact weight.
Yeah, I mean, you're literally
putting the water right back in.
Yeah, you're just losing water weight. Like you're going to dehydrate just to hydrate again because that's like you don't want to dehydrate while you're in there.
Exactly.
Have you guys done cryo at all?
I've done cryo.
Yeah.
I heard you lose weight with cryo. I heard you burn like 600 calories in like 3 minutes.
For real?
Because
I don't even know. I don't know about
your
that.
body's trying to heat itself back up.
That's one of the craziest things like about my recovery, and there's a lot of people a lot of people like it, but I hate cold tubs. I can't cold tub.
Do you cryo?
I cryo because it's
But
shorter.
you don't
Because
cold
you cold tub for like 10 minutes or whatever, 8 minutes, however long you cold tub. But you can cryo for like 3 minutes.
Right.
So
well,
I
mean, if you got to do,
I can deal with that.
Yeah, I mean, at least you're doing
Exactly.
something because there is a lot of benefit from cooling yourself down and heating yourself back up again.
Exactly.
Like just that balance. And again, like I'm a big Ben Greenfield guy. Like Ben Greenfield, if you ever go to his site or listen to his podcast, he's a weird dude. He's out there.
Right.
But he talks all things performance recovery. Like he puts his body through everything, every extreme you can think of, like those mud runners, those triathlon stuff, those Ironman things.
Yeah.
Like he's bodybuilded before. He's done carnivore diet. He's done vegan. He's done keto. He does everything and releases podcasts and information on it. He's like one of the #1 coaches in the world or America. I know America for sure. But I get a lot of my information from him. So anything I'm sitting here trying to explain, I might butcher some. But he's the guy I listen to. So if you ever want to check, like, Comp said some good stuff about that, let me just go look into it. It's Ben Greenfield. I'm giving him a plug right now, but that's where his podcast is where I get a lot of my information. A lot of the recovery systems I do, like I'll go straight from practice, and I'll go 15 minutes dry sauna. Immediately get in the cold tub, like right from the heat. Go cold tub, and I'll try to. Most of the times I don't. I usually go up to my sternum, but I'll try to go above my shoulders in the cold tub, and then
above your shoulders.
Yeah, from 3 to 5 minutes, just 3 to 5 minutes, and right when I'm getting out, I'll dunk under the water and hold my breath for a few seconds and come back up, and then immediately go to the steam room for 15 minutes, and then I'll end in a cold shower. So it'll be like 15-5, 15-5, like contrasting.
Right.
But dude, your body feels magical after that.
I believe it.
But
I heard it's like a trick that if you're trying to get in the cold, so guys hate just going straight into the cold.
Yeah,
tub.
hot
I heard if you just dunk your whole body in there, it's like I don't know if it shocks your body or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, you definitely get it definitely shocks your body. Like sometimes I'll do it like when you're in the thick of the season, like in the back end of the season. I'll try to just dunk my body in there in the morning so I can be awake for meetings and all that fun stuff. Because there's like an energy dump too. I think you get from that stuff.
Yeah, I heard. That's cool.
Talk about. We're into recovery, so now I'm sitting. My mind's going all over the place.
Right.
I want to know about more recovery stuff that you probably do, or things away from the facility. Because one thing that I try and get educated on, that I learned a lot from like D. Morg, Ben Greenfield, a lot of guys that I've been in rooms with. So from a safety perspective, I've gotten to play with Dante Whitner, Dante Hittner,
Beast,
Deshaun Golston,
Beast.
They play with each other in San Fran.
Right.
Ryan Clark. Swagoo,
Swagoo.
DJ Swearinger, regardless of how he goes
Swagoo.
about his business sometimes, like he's definitely smarter than
Nah,
he's
for
definitely a
sure.
smart
He's
cat.
made a lot of plays for sure.
But-
He makes plays.
And the other guys I named, like I had them on their back end of their career, so it's not like they were in their prime, so to speak.
Right.
But the benefit of having them on their back end career is the way they go about all of their processes that I was able to learn from and get information from. Like the guys are, we'll get into film here in a little bit too.
Exactly.
But one thing that they really put me on, especially like Ryan Clark, D Gold. I wasn't with Hittner that long, but D Gold and Ryan Clark was taking care of your body. And outside of the being in a cold tub,
Right.
doing all those simple basic things that where people are always like ice, do this, that,
it's
the
like
other. Like
immediate-
everybody
immediate
kind of
at the
does
practice.
that.
Right.
Are there things that you do outside and away from the field that, you know, in your recovery process? I see you and Logan do like Pilates or yoga.
Yeah, we do that a lot, especially like during the spring. That's something that I just tried out. I started last year, and I love it. And I think, like, especially like during the year, the main thing I think that you can do with your body as far as helping out is number one, getting sleep. Get to bed early. Get yourself in the bed, especially if you got meetings at 7:15. I try to be in the bed like 8:30, 9, so I can get some good sleep.
Right.
You got to get some good sleep. But also, I just think your diet, man. I think when I was in college, so coming from Middle Tennessee State, small school, didn't teach us nothing about diet.
Yeah, for
I mean-
sure. What'd you guys get, like a little food card?
Yeah,
Eat
we got a
fast
food
food?
court. Man, listen, bro. The food spots that we had on campus were so unhealthy.
Yeah.
Like,
I believe
the number
that.
one spot was Popeyes. Like, I was eating Popeyes all the time. They had a steak and shake. That's like Subway. But Subway is pretty healthy, but you know we can do better than that. We can do better
Yeah,
than
for
that.
sure.
But like we got a bunch. Then you go to the cafes or whatever, or the cafeterias, and they just got like the food just wasn't good, man. It just wasn't healthy for you, and you know they're expecting you just to play a whole season just eating BS pretty much the whole time.
Yeah.
And I think when I got to lead, that's something that I kind of learned from even guys like you said, like Derek Morgan, Jarrell Casey, and Will. You know, those guys are vegan. I haven't went the vegan route yet.
Yeah.
I would say yet because I don't know. I have thought about it a little bit.
You say yet like you might be doing it? You might be going that route?
I done thought about it. I done tried a couple vegan meals, and they're actually pretty good. But that's the main thing, trying to find good vegan food. Because I think sometimes, you know, some vegan food, they may be putting a too much extra flavor in the stuff. I don't think all it. I think some vegan food can actually not be as healthy as like straight up vegan food.
Right, like they
know what I'm
lead
saying?
you to believe because they got to doctor it up so much.
Yeah, they doctor it up to make it taste like a real a beef cheeseburger, but they
Yeah.
putting a whole bunch of other stuff in there. But you know, I think they're just having a good diet. I try not to eat a lot of beef during the season because I just think it takes a long time to digest the red meat, especially
Right.
for me. I want to be able to run fast and move all over the place. But yeah, I think those are the main thing: getting sleep and just trying to maintain a real good diet so my weight isn't just fluctuating all over the place. You know,
Those are like the two best ingredients of like successful recovery and everything else. Like
real.
sleep is the most untapped drug. People always want like the secret of everything.
And that's the main thing. I think people's always trying to find, and I think, you know, as times get on, you know, a lot of different things come out that, you know, this technique and all this stuff. So I'm like, listen, bro, like sleep and a good diet.
Foundationally.
That's foundation
Yes.
right there. It's other stuff that you can add on as you know, as benefits and things like that. But if you're getting good sleep, you're having a good diet, the rest of that stuff will take care of itself, and you can add on some stuff after that.
Yeah. Do you ask a lot of questions to the active nutritionist at the Titans facility? I forgot. Man, I hate that I forget her name. She's a stud. Like
she's
it
a
helps.
sweet lady, though.
It helps that somebody is on site, kind of helping
For sure.
direct guys, especially if they don't have an idea. Sometimes, like Jayon last year, he wanted to take his stuff a lot more seriously. So he's kind of walking around asking more questions.
He be still talking to her to this day.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I think that the main thing that I probably get from her, and it's funny because she's been there since I think maybe my rookie year. And my rookie year, I wasn't say I was overweight, but I was always on that like teetering, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Right there teetering of like where
Yep.
I might be 1 pound over or something like that. And she always come to me and just tell me about different stuff I need to put on my plate, you know, more color and stuff like that. And I think another thing that I do, I take vitamins, but I don't take a lot of I take vitamin D and I take fish oil. I take that all the time.
Those are two of the
I
best
take
ones.
vitamin D
yeah.
and fish oil, and I think vitamin D is probably one of the most important things. I don't know, it's a lot of research out there. I think people can look at it, but vitamin D is crucial. And I also drink amino acids, the BCAAs.
There you go.
I drink a lot of those. It's like before, like honestly, every morning when I get in the facility, I do like a little stretch routine. I get my vitamin D, I get my fish oil, I get like a little I take the little emergency vitamin C
Yeah,
packs.
yeah,
I
yeah.
take those and I put it like my little orange juice, little small thing of orange juice. But also in my little Defiance fuel, I put a whole scoop of BCAAs and I drink that right before the workout. I drink it all day, and I drink those all the time. And I
Yeah.
think that just helps my recovery a ton. I'm actually about to start drinking them before I go to sleep at night because I heard that's actually one of the best times to actually drink it before you go to
You
sleep.
talking about amino acids?
Yeah, amino acids
Yeah,
before you go to sleep.
you should, like, when you leave here, you should look into EAAs too. You got BCAAs
Okay.
and EAAs, which is BCAAs, branched chain amino acids, and then
Right.
you got EAAs, essential amino acids.
Okay.
Essential amino acids has the 3 BCAAs in it,
Teach me some.
right? And they have, and there's 7 more amino acids in the system, in the ingredients
Right.
to get, because there's times to take BCAAs and there's also huge benefits of EAAs. That's people are just not, I don't want to say becoming more aware, like it's a fad thing, because it's not a fad thing.
Right.
But like there's essential amino acids, and that's the time when you're sleeping and going to bed where you want to get 20 to 30 grams of something I do before I go to bed to get your essential amino acid profile breakdown in your body, because BCAAs are really good for post-workout and everything like that. Like,
Exactly.
leucine is like the best one of the 3.
Yeah.
But look into EAAs. Like, I don't
I'm
want
gonna
to sit
check
here and
that
try
out.
to explain everything because I don't want to stumble over my words or put my foot in my mouth.
Right.
But look at that, and then also vitamin K, taking that with vitamin D, because vitamin
Vitamin
K
K
helps break down the vitamin D in your system.
I might have to check that
So
out.
check
then.
that out.
Nah, I
Check
might
that
have
out,
to, for real.
because you're on like, I'm not saying you're on track, like you need to know, but yeah, you're very well versed.
Yeah,
in that stuff.
I try to pay attention to it, man.
Yeah, which is good.
And a lot of stuff, like I said, I'm learning on the run. Like I'm learning on the run. I'm seeing what different guys are taking, and I'm, you kind of ask them, hey, what you taking that for?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Sometimes, you just got to add that in.
And that's
For real.
that's how a lot of the learning goes, is you just ask your teammates or your buddies, like,
Exactly.
yo, what are you doing here? Why are you doing that? Like, just being curious.
Yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But
You guys might be able to speak to this a little bit better than I can, but I've heard that for BCAAs to absorb into your system, you have to eat something.
potentially, honestly, I would like to be on Google right now, Googling this stuff. So
Right,
I
right.
don't put my foot in my mouth. I know there's benefits to both, and there is a reason that EAAs are better than BCAAs. It's just
Right.
hard for me to fully break it down.
Yeah, because there's a lot of drinks out right now. Like there's a drink called Naco. There's a drink called Bang. Different things like that have like a lot of caffeine, like a pre-workout kind of
Mhm.
drink that people are even
Pre-workouts
supplementing
make my
coffee.
skin itch.
Ugh, they're
Yeah, that's
nasty.
that's that beta alanine that they put in there.
Yeah.
But that's what I've heard though, is that if you don't have something, some type of food that goes along with it, no matter what it is, that the BCAAs actually don't absorb. They just kind of go in your gut and just kind of.
That could be true. That really could
I can
be
believe
true.
that, because I ain't even gonna lie. I've worked out a couple times with my trainer, Jason Spray, who I trained during the spring and stuff like that. I didn't eat. I mean, I might have not ate anything, but in the morning before the workout, and I drank the BCAAs, and literally I feel it all in my gut. And it's like, I done threw up one time before, and I may have put too much of a scoop in there. I may have like doubled up a scoop. And,
Trying to get
bruh,
ready for that workout,
trying
baby.
to get ready for that workout, bro. And I have threw up because of that. Like, and I was like, and I knew it. I drank too many BCAAs, bro. It was too much. Bro.
Yeah, I'm a big essential amino acid. I'll text this stuff to you too.
Yeah, I need to
because
find out
I
about
want to
that.
obviously, like, I'm not like super qualified to try and talk about all the education.
Right.
I'm like one of those guys who'll read something and know why I need to make that switch, because
Exactly.
I was a BCAA guy before an EAA guy.
Right,
And then probably Ben Greenfield podcast put me on EAAs a little more, with a little more insight to where it's like, okay, these are the times I need to be doing it, because when I got, so like every off season, I'll go and get blood work done to know what food allergies I might have,
Right.
or anything like that. And I saw where I got educated on dairy not breaking down as well in my system, or like any of the proteins like whey and all that stuff, because it can sit a little heavier.
Right.
So after workouts, amino acids, like we're talking about, they absorb a lot quicker in your system than like protein does or whey does. And my doc who I consult with, he's out of Ohio, Eric Serrano, he's a stud. He's like, he talks in his Puerto Rican voice, Will, I don't want you taking any more protein shake. You take essential amino acids and a handful of cashews, a handful of cashew nuts. Like, just no more protein shakes for you. Do essential amino acids.
Right.
You'll digest a lot better, and it absorbs quicker in your body. And when you go to bed, yeah, you're correct on drinking that stuff before you go to bed. But I'll send you that stuff, man.
Nah, that's what I need to do as well. I need to get this blood work done. I feel like the past 2 off seasons, I was supposed to go see a doctor to get some blood work done, and every time it's like the date I'm out of town or something
Right.
like that, and I can't get with the doctor. But if I don't get it, I'm probably gonna try to set it up. Maybe not this week, but next week.
Yeah.
'Cause you reminded me, honestly.
Structure
I
that
need to go
stuff
do that, bro.
because you know
Because there's some stuff I feel like I eat and I feel like it just doesn't digest well.
Yeah, and you
honestly.
just
I need to
learn. You
find
just
out.
learn about yourself, man. And you know, again, I'm 29, so I've played to where I've gotten to listen to all these vets. It's nothing where you just
Right.
come out of college and learn stuff. Like every year, I feel like you pick up on something else different. That
Exactly.
You're like, damn, I wish I'd have been doing that when I was young.
For real.
That's why you got all them old heads always say, man, if I was yours or if I was young, this, that, and the other.
That's everybody, bro.
Because when
Every
you're
vet.
when you're young, all you know is grind.
Grind. You think you just gonna have them legs forever.
Yeah.
You're just gonna run fast and jump high, and then start getting up in the years. We get the miles and get them tread on them wheels now.
Yeah, talk about Coach Spray for a minute because
Yeah.
I know he's big into your off-season program. I follow him on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be kind of in that social media world to where he's
He
posting videos. He posts you and Logan training a lot.
Exactly.
I know Logan trained there. You guys both trained there last offseason. I don't know.
Yeah, we did.
You
Past two
can
off-seasons,
you can
honestly.
talk more about him, but talk about him for a second. Why you choose him and why you train there.
Nah, Jason's my guy. So Jason was actually the head strength coach at Middle Tennessee when I was there. So I had him for 4 years. So my red shirt year, he wasn't a head coach. He was just an assistant. So I pretty much had him my whole time I was there. But he became the head strength coach after my red shirt year. So I had him for 5 years in college and 4 years going to league. So 9 years we had a relationship. And he just knows my body well. He knows what I can do well. He knows the things that I need to work on. And the thing that I like about his training regimen, like a lot of things that we do a lot of jumps. We do a lot of explosive work. It's not about going in there and trying to lift the entire weight room. Now, we're going to get our lifts. We're going to get our squats. We're going to get our cleans, our platform work.
Yep.
Everything that we're doing as far as bench press is always like single arm. It's like, dumbbell bench press, single leg squat and different things like that. So he's not putting too much stress on your back and things like that. And I just think he's very smart. I mean, he has a lot of certifications that I don't even know, but I know it's a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know all of them.
I'd love to get him on the podcast.
Nah, I guarantee he'll come on.
Yeah,
he'll definitely
I
want to
know.
come
I'm
on.
sure he'll listen to this episode since you're on it.
Nah, for sure. He's a good guy. He actually helped run my camp that I had in May, early in May.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's a dope guy, and I think just
does stuff change every year? Like the way you train in college to now, is that different? Does that look different?
it is definitely different because he'll tell you in college he killed us, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, and you're more developmental in that stage too.
man, he was be killing us. But one thing I will say that we still do to this day is that we do a lot of conditioning, and that's one thing that I always respect and I love from him because I always been the type of guy when I come back for starting, we don't start OTAs immediately, but when I come back for that first workout with the team, I want to be like, oh, that guy's been grinding.
Yeah,
He's
no doubt.
conditioned. He's not tired. You see a lot of guys, we start that first little workout, you're not doing too much, but some guys be about to pass out.
Hurting.
You're
Maybe
like,
out
bro,
there hurting.
It's like, bro, what was you doing all 4 months? You haven't been doing anything. So I always want to be that guy to come back and be like, okay, that guy's been working. He's a leader, and that's kind of always want to do. So we do a lot of conditioning throughout the spring, and we're going to do some also this summer. But, I mean, like I said, he knows my body, he knows what I need to work on. He just understands that, some stuff is just not, like I say, he's not trying to kill you. He's not trying to make you lift the entire weight.
Right, yeah.
So I like that.
I like following him because we have a couple common follows with
Okay.
other strength coaches that
Right,
we follow.
right.
Because again, like I kind of enjoy that world too.
Yeah.
And he's DM'd about me training out there with you guys.
Yeah.
I need to get out there and come, but it's funny because I have the exact same situation at Vanderbilt.
Okay.
My strength coach who trains me now is James Dobson. He's the head strength coach for Vanderbilt, but that
Okay.
his staff that he's got was my staff all 5 years
The
in
whole
Nebraska.
staff.
Yeah, well,
That's probably
yeah, his main guy, his main assistant, Rex Clark,
Right.
and now his other assistant is Matt Manninger. Shout out Matt Manninger. He was my teammate at Nebraska, same year
Oh,
and
that's
everything.
dope. That's dope.
Now he's working for Dobson, but
Yeah.
Dobson, he was with me my 5 years at Nebraska, and Dobson obviously trained me there. Dobson did my combine or no, I wasn't a combine guy,
Right.
but he did my pro day training. And he's in Vanderbilt now, so it's kind of like a perfect
crazy.
world of being out here.
Nah, that's dope.
So that's why I've never made it over for when Jason does listen. I've never made it over
Yeah.
because I kind of got the same.
You bring him on a
situation you got.
podcast, he might convince you to come out and do a workout.
Bro. I'm trying to get both those guys on, man. I know he'll love coming because he has a social media following. He
Yeah.
likes explaining workouts. He likes showing that side of him, which I enjoy.
Exactly. He do. I think he's done a couple podcasts or a couple interviews with different people and stuff like that. So he just likes talking about, the weight training world and strength conditioning and stuff like that. He's a dope guy to talk to.
Yeah, no, we'll have him on for sure.
Most definitely.
We'll have him on for sure. What else we got, boys?
Dude, we have a lot of people wanting to ask you questions on Twitter. You
Has,
wanna
has
take
that
some
shit
of
been
those?
blown? Has that shit been blowing up?
45 people submitted
45
questions
people.
and like 221 likes.
Oh, that's dope. Let's get to the questions.
All right,
man. Let's see what they want.
I had a good one. It's kind of serious, but let me see. Let me find the name of the guy.
Yeah,
The
give him a
question,
shout out.
yeah. The question was, who was your biggest influence growing up? And I think his name was JD.
JD.
Oh no, JD asked another great question. So Jeremy Elton asked, "Who's your biggest influence on you growing up?" And then JD says, "If you're stranded on an island, which 3 teammates would you bring and why?"
I'm gonna answer the first question first.
What
And
was the first question? His biggest inspiration?
my biggest inspiration?
Love that.
It's like, you know, I feel like I can always keep it and be like, you know, my mother, you know, because single parent home, she's, 7 kids. I always think about that, like raising 7 kids had to be hell. I'm about to have my first daughter, and it's already stressing me out. Like, I'm thinking about all different ways I got to change the way I talk. I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this. So I can imagine raising 7 kids on her own, working as a waitress, making little to, I'm going to say no money. She making little money. She making little tips and stuff like that, but it's not always enough. You know what I'm saying? So that was always a big inspiration. One thing I also was blessed with, I had a lot of coaches, like high school coaches that was almost like disciplinarians, especially in the area that I grew up in Atlanta, Lithonia, Georgia. A lot of people need disciplinarians. Yeah, a lot of people that didn't have fathers and stuff like that. So I think they was more like father figures to a lot of guys, and a lot of guys really listened to them and took heed to what they were saying. And they also put a vision in my head. I had my offensive coordinator. He played in the NFL. He was like a practice squad guy. But at the same time, he was the first person I ever met that had actually made it to that level. He's always tell you, like, man, you can make it. You know what I'm saying? And just having that in my mind and think about that all the time, that was definitely inspirational.
Well, when you're young, it doesn't like, yeah, we are where we are now, so we
Right.
can kind of not bat an eye to practice squad players. I was a fucking practice squad player.
Right.
But when you're young, you can be influenced.
Bro,
And
I
if you got
seen-
that logo on you, like
I just seen a picture with him in like a Panthers jersey in practice. And that did it for me, you know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah,
seeing somebody who
right.
actually played in the NFL was like, bro, he did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he made it. He come from up the street. So, like, if he can do it, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I'm not even thinking as far as NFL. I'm just thinking about going maybe, like, to a D1 school. You know what I'm saying? Because in college, you also think about the league, but it's like the first thing is like, man, I want to go D1. I want to go D1. I want to go to a big school and stuff like that. So, he did it, and it was like, man, I know I can do it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it was a lot of people that inspired me from – even players that I watched. It was funny. The first time, it was like my junior year. It's funny. So I started out playing quarterback in high school. I was a quarterback.
yeah.
I used to sling that thing. You know what I'm saying? Throw that thing 70 yards left
Sling that
hand.
thing.
I used to sling it. But going into my junior year, my coach, and I started getting bigger. I started working out a lot more. I was running track and stuff like that. My coach was like, man, I think you might have to be on them hashes next year. You know what I'm saying? He told me that I was going to try me at safety in the spring. And the first thing I did, I went to YouTube and I typed in Brian Dawkins Weapon X.
Holy shit,
Bruh, one of the greatest motivational videos of, like, bruh.
Bro, you're in what, high school watching this?
I'm in high school,
I'm
bro.
in college. Like, almost like you hear Brian Dawkins speak and you get so motivated, there's almost a goddamn tear in your eye.
Man, he was talking. I don't know. I think they might have beat the Falcons in the NFC Championship game. It was going to the Super Bowl, bro. Like, just his words, bro, was like, and it just got me super hyped just to play. I just wanted to smack somebody or something like that. So, I mean, he motivated me. Tropal. It was a lot of different guys that just motivated me just watching sports and stuff like that. And I mean, I had some good friends who all played ball, who always just focused on the right thing. So, I just say I'm blessed. I had a lot of good people that was around me, a lot of influential people for sure.
That is really, I love that answer, dude, because I'm sitting here thinking, like, your mom being a waitress, raising 7 kids.
It's a lot.
And I don't know how big your town is. Probably not that big, right?
I mean, it's pretty solid, but
Where are you from?
Yeah.
so I was born and raised in Philadelphia. But
Oh, in Philly.
in Philly. No,
Okay,
so listen, I was born and raised in Philadelphia, but in high school, my 9th grade year, going into high school, my parents split. So we ended up moving down to Atlanta, Georgia. And that's kind of where it was like, now my mama, she's on her own with all these kids. Pretty much moved to Atlanta with like a few $100s. And was like, at first we was staying with one of her friends. She had like a finished basement. She had like 3 bedrooms, 7 kids. And we just had to thug it out at first, you know what I'm saying? It got a little better. We found a spot to live in, but it was thugging it, man. Like, I can't even remember, I think every year we was living in Atlanta, we had to move. Like it was every year.
Oh my
Like it was
goodness,
not stable, bro, at all. Like
Like
it was,
yeah, I'm sitting here and I'm listening to this whole story in Philly and Atlanta. Like obviously I'm a white guy sitting here. Like yeah, I don't care. I'm gonna ask him questions even if I feel
Right,
uncomfortable
right.
about it. But you're in more of a dominating probably around a black community.
Nah, for sure.
Being,
Atlanta.
like, and I'm sitting here wondering like. You talk about environment, you talk about influences, and I think that shit is so important, man.
Most
And because
definitely.
I'm sitting here thinking, like, yo, was he ever like a little shit? Could he have gone off the wrong path? Because
Easy.
you're like in my opinion, you're a very high character guy. You're like a very quality individual, and I'm like,
Right.
man, how did he come from areas he was probably in, or with 7
Right.
kids and a working mom that a few $100s, and you're moving all the time? Like, you can only imagine the influences you had to go the other way.
Right. And honestly, I think a lot of it had to do was one is that when we moved to Atlanta, me and my brother, we kind of had to take part and help kind of like raise the kids a little
Yeah.
bit. So I think that helped me mature a lot. Even though being a high school kid, you know, I want to go hang out with my friends. Sometimes I got to stay home and clean up the house before my mom get home from work. Because she gets home from work and the house is dirty. She's
Oh,
mad
yeah,
at
you
us.
get
And
that
she
ass
just,
whooped.
exactly. So it was like, that kind of helped me mature. But at the same time, like I said, I had a lot of good influences, a lot of good coaches that kind of kept my mind right. But I mean, my high school was like literally all, like, I keep it real. If you seen Love and Hip Hop, like if you heard of the show Love and Hip Hop,
Yeah,
the Love and Hip Hop
absolutely.
Atlanta, whatever, like that could have been my high school. But it was ridiculous, bro. Like from everything that you can see, think of a bad high school.
He's like shaking his head.
Bruh,
He's
happened
like,
at
"Man,
my high
we
school
could've
from
been there."
like fights every single day, gangs, all type of crazy stuff. The school was overcrowded. It was just crazy. But like I said, football was the thing that was kind of like my sanctuary that kept me
Yeah.
away from that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I had friends go this way, go that way, go this way. But I don't know, man. I think maybe it was just a vision, man. I feel like I had some coaches tell me that I can make it and do something with myself. So I kind of just try to stay focused. And also knowing that the situation at the house wasn't the best at all. So it's like, if I don't go to college and do something with myself, what I'm going to do? Just
Yeah,
gonna
that's
go back
deep.
home?
Yeah, that's deep,
You
man.
know what I'm saying? What am I going to go home to?
Because it's like you are who you surround yourself with.
Exactly.
And if you're not, like if you know you have friends, right? Like we all know kind of some bum friends we had back
For
in the
sure.
day. And you said it too, like maybe I had a vision. And it's
Right.
like sometimes you got to stop being friends with people. Sometimes you're not going to stop, but you try to influence
Most
them.
definitely.
Or you just understand that I'm on a different path than you. Like
Exactly.
people got to understand that you're all not going to end up in the same spot.
Right.
Everybody's got their own journey they're going on, and it's going to divide at some point.
Exactly.
And if you're going to keep them around, you got to understand how far you can go with them. And when
they
you gotta
have to
cut the cord.
understand, too.
Yeah, they got to understand it too.
Because it's like, even now, like, Atlanta is literally like 3.5 hours away. So I can be a guy that can be shooting home every weekend.
Yeah, man.
And on every break. But I always think about it like, man, I have something big that I really want to accomplish. So my guys at the crib, they have to understand, like, bro, I can't be coming home every weekend, going to the clubs, trying to turn up, buying bottles, stuff like that. Like, it's not that serious
stunting,
right now.
flexing.
Just trying to flex up for the, you know what I'm saying? I'm married now, too. So that gives me even a lot more motivation to be like, bro, I'm married.
Yeah,
That's what
congrats
I-
on that.
Nah, I appreciate
Did
it.
you get married this offseason?
No, I got married last year. Last
year?
July.
Who was this
before
offseason in Mexico?
That was Spain. Quit Spain.
Oh, yeah, that was cute.
He got
Looked
that
cute.
was a dope wedding though. It was
I
in
bet,
Cancun.
man. It looked fun.
It was dope.
I love that question.
But
That was a good question.
so let's get on the second question. What was the second question again?
love to hear yours too.
My what?
Your Titans with
So what's the second question again?
Second question was if you're stranded on a desert island, what 3 teammates would you take with you and why? Like, what purpose would they serve?
3
basically?
teammates in the Tennessee Titans locker room right now. We're clipping this video so everybody can see.
All right. I think first I'll bring Kenny. No, I'll bring Kenny because I know he don't care. He's a headhunter. He's gonna do whatever he can to help the boys out. Like, I didn't see him on the field literally try to knock somebody. His helmet flew off. He didn't care. He got up like, I did it for y'all. I did it for y'all. So I know he's somebody that I can ride with. Damn. You kind of put me in a spot because I want to just pick all the DBs.
I
you
know,
what I'm saying?
man.
You know how
You're
it
in a
is. You know how
spot.
it is.
You
You
got
know?
the boys that are going to see this.
But I think I'll pick Wood. Wesley Warrior.
Wes is a good one.
Wes is a good one because I think, I mean, he's the lumberjack. He got the perfect name. I think he's very resourceful. He's almost like a nature boy. You be seeing this on his page, man. This guy's be out here
With them crocodiles.
with the crocodiles, and bro, he's just a funny character. And I feel like he also keep my morale up a little bit because he's like the OG. I think he's somebody to talk to. Who would be the third, man? The third.
You got 2 good ones so far.
Yeah, I got
you
some
got
good
Kenny,
ones.
you got Wes.
Got Wes. I want to say Logan because I just think Logan. He's just pretty smart, and I think he would just know what to do in certain situations. Like,
He would be the IQ dynamic.
be the IQ dynamic. I think he'll hold everything down. So that's good. That's 3 good ones. If I can think of a replacement, while Will's you doing his answer, that I might have to swap somebody out.
Hey,
But
I'm not in
I
that
think
locker room. I get out of this question. Who's the replacement? Who'd you say?
Now I had to think of it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how it is when somebody asks you a question, like they put you on the spot, and then at 20 minutes later, I'm like, oh man, I thought of somebody good. You know what I'm saying? But I think those 3 good people though. There's 3 good people for sure.
All right, this one's from London Titan. So this one's from across
London.
the world. Yep.
Okay.
If you could pick, which I guess technically you can, who would you choose to be your baby girl's role model as she grows up? And I'm going to make it more interesting. You can't choose someone you're related to because the obvious answer is like mom or wife.
Her role model.
Ooh, that's a solid little question. Okay, Twitter.
That's a good question. Who I make her role model? Well, that's the question. I mean, you said I can be related to him, so I can't say my wife, because I got to put that out there first. I want to be just like her mom.
Yeah, save yourself.
Make sure that's what I'm saying before I have to think about anything. Of course, I want to be just like her mom, but I don't know, man. I just think I would think in today's time, I would think somebody like maybe like Beyonce or something. Because I mean, number one, I think she's married, so I want my daughter to be married. You know what I'm saying? It's like a power couple. So if she's gonna marry somebody, it's got to be somebody just as powerful and smart and good as her. I think she's a real business minded. She's a real business minded woman. She's smart, and just the influence that she has on like the culture. She has like the Beehive, and I think these people, the Beehive, they almost kill for her. So to have that kind of influence on the world, I want my daughter to have the same kind of influence. And like I said, I think I would say Beyonce. Who else can I think of? Michelle Obama. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta throw Michelle out there. She's probably one of the most powerful, influential women out there as well.
Empowering women too.
Empowering women for sure. I would probably say that's some good choices right there. If I can
yeah, that's some good quality. That's a good answer.
Some good answers.
I
Man.
like that answer. I like that question.
So I know I've seen how nice of a guy you are, so I know you're not going to totally destroy me for asking this question.
Okay.
I'm going to apologize ahead of time, but I think it's a great question. Bizarro PK says, if you had to spend the day with Deion Sanders, what would you do for fun? The answer can't be football.
Bizarro
that's
PK.
hilarious. You got into it with
what would I
Deion
do?
Sanders, right? He called you a fan.
Yeah, he kind of tried me a little bit.
He
but,
did.
It's all good, man. He's a Hall of Famer. So you said, what would I do with Deion? Would like spend a day with him?
If you spend a day with Deion, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, what are you doing for fun?
For fun. What are we doing for fun? And you said it can't be football? I don't know, man.
So let's pretend he's. Let me paint a picture for you. Let's say he's flying into Nashville.
Right.
He's spending the day with you on Saturday. What would you put together for him? And it's all on you.
First and foremost, we had to clear some things up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it'll just have to be like first. He has to say something as far as like, KB, I didn't mean that back in the, you know what I'm saying?
You're saying he's got to come correct with a little bit of an apology.
He's got to come correct a little bit. Like, I mean, I understand
Prime
that
time.
I understand he's an OG. He's a Hall of Famer, and I feel like even at the time, he probably was feeling like, man, I'm not gonna sit here and man up and say anything, but I'm giving this kid clout. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So, but I would feel like at this point in my career, like, I mean, I'm one of the better players in the league. Like, I feel like it'd be cool for you to say something about it. But I don't know what we'd be doing, man. If it wasn't football, I see he's out there fishing with Randy Moss. So I mean, it's funny, and I might be a little embarrassed, but I've never been fishing before. Never been fishing.
So there we go.
So I think that'll probably be something we'll do.
fish.
You know what I'm saying? I want Deion, teach me how to fish, man. Teach me some
We'll have to
tricks.
get him out here to Nashville. I'll be the mediator when they first meet too.
Yeah, make sure.
Hey boys, like
make sure
my
everything's-
teammate Deion. The Cowboys were my favorite team back in the day. Like I respect you too.
Right.
This bus can bring you guys together.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Clear the air.
What
But,
other-
but it's definitely no hard feelings. I've been got over that. Deion's cool. He's good. He do his thing. Hopefully I get that, that yellow jacket. I get that gold jacket I meant. You know what I'm saying? Then I can really talk some trash with him. So I get a gold jacket then.
Get you on TV and then
Yeah,
really
then I
talk
might
that
get on
shit.
TV. Then we might have to really talk some shit.
This is from Kevin Simpson, and it's for both of you guys. Do you think Riley Bullock is an upgraded version of Will Compton?
It's Riley Bulla.
What's up
Bullo.
what's up with all these Raleigh questions, man?
I know. What do we got going on here?
They trying to start a
He
beef.
said-
They trying to start a beef between him and Will.
I know,
Like,
trying to
what's
start
going
a
on?
beef. Like Riley's his own player. Let's let Riley be his own dude. Like, yeah, he's got tremendous shoes to fill.
But didn't he say, is he upgraded? Is he
Yeah,
upgrade?
It says he an upgraded version of Will Compton. So tread lightly, KB.
I mean, I don't, like I said, man, I got to see him on our team in the fire in a game before I make any kind of comments like that. You know what I'm saying? And even if I still wouldn't think it's an upgrade, honestly. That's my boy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I ain't
KB.
about to get out here on these public airways
You're right.
and talk bad about my guy. It's his show, man. He might kick me off the show, man. He might,
He's for the boys, man.
he might not even drop the podcast because I said something bad about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that to happen.
Hey, cut this shit out of here.
So I got to salute,
This might be a good, like, giving it back to you after this question, but Leslie said, asked, what was your first thoughts when the Titans drafted you? Did you kind of want to leave Nashville area, or were you kind of stoked to be here?
That's funny because it was one of those deals where, like, so I think the draft was it started on a Thursday. I had finally moved out of my college apartment like on that Monday or something like that. And I didn't get drafted on the first day. I got drafted on the second day, so on the Friday. And I was thinking in my head, like, man, I could have just kept my college apartment, save some little rent. It was like $500, bro, easy.
Second to keep my college.
You know what I'm saying? Made that little trip. Because I feel like some guys making a little trip from Franklin, like 30, 40-minute drive. That's pretty how far it is. But I wouldn't say I wanted to leave Nashville. Because at first it was kind of a thought, like, I want to go somewhere else, fresh new spot. But at the same time, it was like, it's funny. So when I was getting drafted, the draft night, I was sitting right here. I feel like I was sitting facing the TV. And my phone was like on the windowsill because for some reason I just had bad service in the house. I had like 1 bar, 2 bars at the max, and sometimes it was going out of service.
The day of the draft?
Bro, the day of the draft. So
That
I was
is
kind of
hilarious.
scared, like kept looking at my phone, like, bro, I got service. Somebody be calling me. Especially when I seen the first safety get drafted, like in the second round, I'm like, oh man, about to be a run on safeties. Like, oh shoot, my phone good. But and then I seen the 615 number. So I've been seeing 615 for the past few years. So I already knew what it was. I said, oh Titans about to draft me, bro. Shit's crazy, bro. Standing around my fan base,
Yeah.
bro. It was lit though. But you know what I'm saying? It's at the same time, it's like it's a blessing and a curse, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I first got drafted, I would go out places or maybe a bar or something like that, and I'm seeing like 5 or 6 people I went to college with. And now all of a sudden when you seeing them now, they act like they were just so cool with you in college. Like, bro, I used to just see you in the student union in the cafeteria area and majorly hit you with the head nod.
Yeah.
But now I see you out in public now.
They hugging.
Oh, what's up, KB? What's going on? Hey, congrats, big dog. I always knew you was going like.
Always knew, bro.
Relax.
Bro, in my local, the local bar back home in Missouri, when I'll go to the local bar, like people that in the same instance, like we weren't close with them, be like, man, I always knew. Like you were like a little brother to me. You were like a little brother to me in high school, man. I'm just thinking, what in the fuck are you talking about?
Right. Why do people feel the need to do that at this point? Like, bro, it's not that deep, bro.
Yeah.
And then because it's like I feel like they know that you're not really gonna expose the fact that it's like, bro, you know damn well who's not that cool.
Yeah.
So I feel like they just put that out there, you know what I'm saying? So they can just tell their homeboys like, man, I ran to KB last night, da. Like,
I told you I was friends with him.
like, man, relax.
That's hilarious.
It's funny.
Yo, I got a question.
Yeah, let's go.
It gets weird. We can cut this one out too if we have to. But this is one I did on F Words Pod.
Okay.
You remember it, Matt?
Yeah.
Would you rather?
I know this about to get crazy because he's slowing down. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know it's about to be a crazy question.
Like it's gonna get weird as shit. Would you rather have sex with your girlfriend, or you, for in your instance, your wife?
Right.
Sorry.
No, you could.
Would you rather have sex with your wife, with your mom's subconscious in her body, so it's your mom's brain in your wife's body, or would you rather have sex with your mom that has your wife's brain in her body? Her wife's like subconscious.
What?
Subconscious.
So when you saying subconscious, you're saying like
I'm saying if your mom and wife are in this couch right now,
right,
and your mom looks like your mom, your girl looks like your girl, but they're both in each other's body.
it's like Freaky Friday, like switched.
Yes.
And it's like I'm having sex with my girl.
In your
but it
mom's
sounds
body,
like
yeah.
my mom or something like.
You're having sex. Yeah. You're having sex with your girl's body, but it's your mom's brain. Like it's your mom witnessing it, seeing it. knowing about it,
Oh, bruh.
or you having sex with your mom that where it's your girl that knows it's your girl's psyche.
That's a disgusting question, bruh.
Yo, Comp, you are fucked up.
Bruh, that's disgusting.
What's funny is the would you rather's. That's like you can let sit for days in the cafeteria
yeah,
and do the would you rather's.
but I feel like you had a would you rather question during the season that was just like so outrageous. I don't remember. I feel like I'm gonna think about it eventually, but
It's probably like a sucking dick one.
I feel like it was something real crazy, bro. Real crazy. I'm gonna have to say my girl with my mom's subconscious, and this is why, because I just feel like.
I'm on board with you on this one, by the way.
Because I just feel like, my mom already knows having sex. So I really wouldn't care if she knows that it has sex.
But it's your mom having sex with you.
Yeah,
It's her
that's what I'm
it's her mind. So it's tough. I went my girlfriend route. My mom's just gonna have to take that L.
She's going to have to, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like my mom's gonna.
Because you can't have sex with your mom's body, bro.
Yeah, like I'm not doing that. Like
no.
Mom, I see you walking around, not in that way, but like, listen,
Nah, bro. That's
gravity catches up when you get a little up there in age. You know what I'm saying,
that's
JC?
wild, bro.
My mom's
got
gotta take that L because
I might have to bring that in the locker room.
that's a good one. Yeah,
I might have to see what guys going to say, bro. If anybody says their
a lot
body,
of guys
bro,
actually says their mom's body because it's their girl that they know it's their mind. It's their mind or whatever. They were trying to explain it. They lost me.
Yeah, you lost me
man,
too,
my mom's
bro.
gonna have to take that.
Yeah, I can't. That's wild, bro.
Somebody was asking about your hobbies off the field. Like, what's your biggest hobby other than football?
I just thought about it. I watch a lot of Netflix. Bro, Black Mirror. You know Black Mirror?
I actually, matter of fact, I saw it trending, so I was kind of looking into it more. Should I watch it?
So listen, I'm already going to warn. So this is what I tell anybody when you watch Black Mirror. It's one of those shows where no episode is the same. It's not like a storyline that you follow. Every episode is different. But the first episode is the one that either makes or break you. Like, literally, I done seen some guys watch the first episode and be like, bro, I cut it off, bro. I didn't want to watch it, bro. It's
Really?
weird as hell. It's
Holy fuck.
weird, bro. Like, I think Will would like it, though. Have y'all seen Black Mirror?
Yeah.
I
Why
think
would Why would I like it?
Bro, it's just, I don't want to spoil it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to
Yeah.
spoil it, but it's hella good. Bro.
Have you watched the interactive one where you choose your own adventure?
I did, and it's funny. So I've watched it multiple times trying to choose every which
I gotta
ending.
piss. Go ahead and keep
So
talking.
then I seen on Twitter about like how many different endings you can have. It's almost like I don't want to speak wrong, but it's like almost 100 different endings that you can have. I'm like, bro, I only got to like 7. I'm thinking that was a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? But I do watch a lot of Netflix. I go to the movies. I mean, now I just chill. Honestly, I just be chilling with my lady for the most part. I don't do too much, especially not during the season and stuff like that. But I'm a big Netflix guy, man.
Somebody asked what your favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movie was.
Oh, Wolf of Wall Street, easy.
Ah, so good.
That's my movie right there,
So
man. I
good.
feel like I just seen that. I feel like that was just on TV the other day, bro. And he's never won a Oscar. He won it this year.
Yeah.
So what did he win it for?
I think he won for The Revenant. Not this year, but last year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, he's one of the greatest actors of all time. How he never won an Oscar?
Somebody asked.
Hey, wait! Just took a piss, boys.
Look, so he just
Sometimes
asking me, what's your favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movie?
What was it? What'd you pick?
Wolf of Wall Street, bro.
That is a solid one, man.
Man, that's
God,
a great
Wolf of Wall
movie,
Street.
bro.
Margot Robbie, the blonde.
I can watch that all the time.
Yeah,
I can watch it all the time.
yeah, that one's a really good one. Hey, I thought of it.
Okay.
I thought of the it wasn't a would you rather. It was me walking around the sideline in a walkthrough,
Right.
asking about taking a peek when you're in the shower.
Hold on. What was it? What was the?
It was.
that
I want to say the question was, me and Darren Bates. We were kind of sitting there talking about it,
Right.
and you know how ridiculous I can just get
That's what I'm
sometimes.
saying. Prepare yourself.
Yeah. You know how ridiculous I can get. Like I try to keep shit fun all the time. Like,
Right. He does.
I was like, me and DB were talking. We were like, hey, how many guys do you think meet take a peek at the meat when they walk in the shower, like when they go in the shower? And because we're sitting there, and I'm like, okay, no matter what, all of them do. Everybody does. You walk in the shower. Doesn't matter how well endowed you are. Like you
Right.
know, it's not like you're meat watching.
Right.
You just take a peek. Like, hey, I might walk in there sometimes. Like, man, I was wearing spandex all day long. Got the little boy. He's just sitting perched up on the balls. Like, I'm not feeling good about myself. You know what I mean?
It might have been cold.
Right.
Cold
Sometimes,
practice,
yeah. Sometimes,
November.
Yeah, right.
It was
and sometimes
cold
you
out.
got to find those linemen to go stand by. Like, hey, you know, boys, we're all in the same boat together here. I see. But DB and I were talking, and I was like, okay, so we already know everybody's taking the peek at the meet. Now, how many guys in their own manly way can admit that they do? And our over under was like, I bet you only like 60% of guys would admit
Right.
to doing it. And the ones who say no, they're like, we tried naming a few. Like we tried saying BT was going to be one that said like, no, they're going to try to play it too cool.
hell
Like,
no, hell no,
I
hell
don't do that shit. Like, Comp, you stupid. Like, you
Right.
know, I don't do this shit. Like guys who got to keep their tough
And that's
guy
what most
image.
guys do. They just try to avoid answering the
Yeah,
question.
yeah,
Knowing
yeah.
damn well they probably do,
Yeah.
but they do. Because it's like you said, bro, it's almost where, you know, it's almost impossible to keep your eye level up the whole time. Because you're watching yourself.
Yo, this shit is
You're
hilarious.
looking everywhere.
About.
I mean, it's just like, you know, it's going to flash. It might not be something that you even stare, but it's going to flash across your vision. Like,
yeah.
there's nothing you can do about it. I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like.
talent, you just glance, like, oh, he's got a piece on him.
Yeah. Oh, this guy's hilarious, bro.
Oh, okay. We can get back into questions. But that was the one. That was the one that
Yeah.
I was walking up and down the sideline. Like,
And I know
tapping
it's
guys. I
been
was
more
like,
though. I know
I
it's
was
been
like,
because
yeah,
there's been a
there
few
has.
practices where, you know, Will, you know, just one of those days where, you know, the offense, they're up with the scout team, and it's just one of those times Will just come up to you just with an outrageous question, bro, and just like disrupts everything.
Yeah, like, hey, I got one for you guys.
For real.
Do we have any more? We got to start wrapping up too. Did you have fun on the bus?
Man, I had a dope time, awesome time.
Was
My
it
guy Will-
was it better than you thought? Like, what was, you know, was it?
It was a lot better. I didn't even think that we would go this long. It's just the fact I feel like everything's just been flowing. Taylor Warren, watch it back. Just saying, bro. I just might. This might be something. Hey, man, this is good though, bro.
Yeah,
it's
dude,
good.
it's fun, man.
This is
you
good.
get guys in
I
here.
think it's gonna be hard to top this with anybody else that's coming on the show. You know, I'm just saying.
We're gonna have KB Pub in it too, so
I
you
set
never
the
know.
bar.
Boys.
I set the bar pretty high.
Where can people follow you at? Where can people find you? We got to hit that stuff.
You can follow me on Twitter at KB31_error and on Instagram KB31_savage.
Oh, okay.
Savage.
Savage.
That's their lifestyle.
Find my man. We're going to get him some dope-ass content to post. He's going to have fun with this stuff, man. But, hey,
For sure.
hope you had a great time with us. Follow us, Bussin WTB, on Instagram and Twitter. On Facebook and YouTube, it's just straight Bussin' with the Boys. Subscribe, like, share, have fun, laugh with us, talk shit, compliment us, do whatever you got to do. But, hey, we hope you enjoyed Bussin' with the Boys.
The boys.